I'm gonna need you to stop watching any AC Mirage videos before actually playing the game because they will ruin it for you, and I'll explain why. So how's it going, everyone? Hero Gaming, and today I'm gonna be playing Assassin's Creed Mirage in the background, but I do want to explain to you why you should not watch any of the videos in advance. Now, the reason for that mainly, and I'm not gonna have any spoilers in this video, so don't worry about it, but the main reason for that is because these videos will actually affect your playstyle. Now, if you've watched as many videos as I have, or made some, you're gonna realize that Assassin's Creed Mirage people that are playing it, they all have the same playstyle. And this is because when Ubisoft released the game, they gave this review code and everyone's just like, okay, so what's the other guy doing? What's the other guy doing? And they ended up developing the same playstyle together, which if you haven't seen any of the videos will actually be a very different playstyle to what you're actually going to use. And the main reason for that is because the playstyle you're going to use is going to vary based on the way you like to play. So if you're like to play this as an assassin, combat isn't even relevant. So they're going to talk a lot about combat and how the combat in this game is fairly difficult or repetitive or whatever it might be. Well, the thing they keep missing is the fact that you can actually just run away, as I'm doing right now. You do not have to engage in combat, and they emphasize this a lot. There are a few main story points that you can engage with, but you don't have to do any of that. And what it comes with that is the fact that you can always run away, assassinate, and keep you going. So that's something they miss all the time. Number 2, if you are a fan of the Assassin's Creed lore, I just died there. If you're a fan of the Assassin's Creed lore, this is a game you're going to love. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, oh no, it doesn't really matter, or like it doesn't give you that much information, and to a certain point it does feel like a DLC, so it doesn't actually feel like a full-fledged game, but that's only because the games we've played before this, so Valhalla, Odyssey, and Origins, are such powerful and aggressive games. They're huge. This game can take you can probably beat it in 11 hours. That's okay. You don't have to spend that much time, and then beyond that point, you don't really have to worry about much if you don't already know the lore of Assassin's Creed, but you will not enjoy it because everything that goes on is tied explicitly to the lore of Assassin's Creed. Now, another thing you're going to hear a lot of people say is that the game is repetitive, and it's only as repetitive as every other game is. It's not kind of repetitive in its own landmark. If you've enjoyed the early Assassin's Creed and mainly the Ezio trilogy, you're going to love this. And again, don't let the comments really push you away from that or dissuade you, because it is a fun game. I enjoyed it. With every Assassin's Creed, remember you guys in Assassin's Creed 2, or I'm not sure if you remember, but you know those quests where you had to collect like 9 million feathers or 100, or you had to do things of that sort? That's a lot in this. But again, was that necessarily bad? Not really. I didn't think so. I enjoyed it. And depending on what you enjoy and what you like, this might actually make a lot of sense for you. Now, another reason to not watch any of the Assassin's Creed Mirage videos is the fact that this game has a very interesting ending, and watching any of those will actually kind of buckle the story for you, because it does, not experiencing it yourself will actually ruin the story. It won't be enjoyable. You won't have fun watching it, or playing it for that matter. And I say watching it because the game does have a lot of cutscenes, so it's very old school in that. And if you enjoyed the old school games, that's exactly why I think you're gonna love this, because that is what AC used to be, and people are forgetting that. They're expecting this like Odyssey Mirage combo, Valhalla combo that just works everywhere. It isn't. It is not. I wouldn't call it a very large open world. The map is fairly small, as I can show you right now. See that? This is basically the map, and you don't actually have to explore all of it. There's like little points. The game does make you have to travel, and a lot of people aren't going to like that, and the reason for that is because Assassin's Creed and Ubisoft, they put so much energy and power into actually developing the settings, and they did a really good job with Baghdad. They missed a lot, I'm not going to lie. As someone who's very interested in the lore of that region and that area, they did miss quite a bit, but not mentioning history is not the same as going around and like making other mistakes. So they did a good job. They did a job that you would expect Ubisoft to make, and in that, I enjoyed it. I loved it. I thought it was really fun. I just didn't like the fact that when people were giving you all this, 10 things you should do before making this video, they really covered a lot of the stuff you shouldn't even know about. Like so like combat, for example, like, oh, here, pick this sword, pick that sword. It depends. It always depends on your playstyle. So I'll show you what I'm using. So if you get the game on Ubisoft Plus, you're going to get it on, so you're going to get these as well. So the sand sword. I love this because, when you're killing an enemy that's slowed down, you regenerate health. That works for me because health in this game is rare as hell. That doesn't necessarily work for you. You're going to find some people that are talking about this sword, the one that drops your health by 50%, but it increases your damage by 50%, which doesn't really make sense. It should double your damage because you lost half your health, because that's double. Anyways, the math is irrelevant. And then there's going to be no one talking about any of these weapons, so it's kind of the focus is here. That doesn't mean that's what you should do. Experiment, try, figure it out on your own. These videos are not meant to buckle the experience you have with Assassin's Creed Mirage. The experience is amazing. I loved it. But, and I'm predicting this based on my experience in the gaming industry, I think they're going to ruin the game. And you're going to find a lot of negative reviews starting to pop up about the game because people are just watching it more than I feel like they're playing it. And when you get away from that, it's not going to be good for the game. I think it's going to make Ubisoft go down a path where this isn't what they work on in the future, and I don't really like that. I like the fact that they put this kind of effort into the game. It does feel like it was originally a DLC that they just kind of compounded details onto, which is what it is, so that's all fair, right? It makes sense, but there's a lot you're going to miss out on, and if you don't play this game, you're kind of doing that. Now, on the topic of playing this game, I don't recommend buying it, personally. I don't think this is a game where you're going to keep playing beyond, well, it depends how much you play, but beyond a month I don't think is reasonable. I think if you play it for a month, it makes sense. And with a $70 Canadian for me price tag, that doesn't make sense. I just have Ubisoft Plus. And with Ubisoft Plus, you're kind of just supporting the company, so they hopefully build games and worry less about what people think and actually just build good games, you know, because that's how these companies tend to buckle. But other than that, you're also going to be able to play it when you want to and not when you don't. I don't think this is a game you'd want to have a copy of for a long time into the future. It is an homage to the old Assassin's Creed, which is always nice, but it doesn't really feel like something you'd be playing for months and months on end, kind of like Odyssey, Valhalla, maybe even Origins. And then the final thing I wanted to discuss is the skills. Now, you're going to hear a lot of people talking about, oh, you should go, for example, I've heard a lot of people go for knife recovery, a lot of people recommended getting emergency aim, a lot of people recommended chain assassination. I don't actually recommend those. The main reason is I started here with auto collect. I think I don't like when you have to pick up stuff and you got to like press E and then it's the same E if you hold it for carry. So I just went for auto collect. I have a lot of people that I know that really like the fact that you could kick back because that really helps, and it's a combat feature that you should actually definitely use and will save you a lot of deaths if you use. But that's the point here, is you don't actually need to have the same upgrades as everyone else. It's a small skill tree. Play around. You can reset some stuff you can't. I don't believe you can reset this right here. Yeah, you can reset this path. You can't reset this. But again, it's something you can have fun with. It's something you can enjoy, and that's what I really want to emphasize in this video, is go out there and enjoy the game for yourself. Don't let anyone tell you how to play it. Don't let anyone kind of spoil it for you, because that does happen. It did happen. If you've watched like maybe 10-15 videos on the gameplay and things like that, some things already have been spoiled and they will take away from the impact of the story. So my advice is just stop watching these videos, get back into the game, either get a Ubisoft Plus subscription, or if you're really, like you got millions, you don't know what to do with them, buy the game. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It is a bit of a rant because it is something that kind of just pissed me off yesterday, and like I realized that not a lot of people actually care. Like they're not giving the game the value it actually should have. You know what I mean? And seeing that really, it kind of doesn't sit well with me, and I hope it, it resonated with you. Again, play the game. It's fun. It is really fun. It does. So if you're one of those people that's just trying to beat the game and just for the sake of beating it, you're not going to enjoy it. But I think that also applies to all Assassin's Creed games, because if you're just playing a Valhalla to beat it, you definitely didn't enjoy it. If you felt that was a job, you quit. Odyssey, same goes for that. So yeah, again, that's everything I wanted to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good one, guys. Bye now.